1, 2, 3, 4. Mike and John got it going on. Mike and John got it going on. Mike and John got it going on. Mike and John got it going on.
Time to get this show on the road. It's Mike and John. Got it going on.
That's what I've heard.
That's what she sings.
Yeah. That's what she said?
That's what yes. She lied.
Yes.
Yeah, it's Thursday and got great stuff coming up for you today. Of course, the Less You Know with Rich Perlberg. We'll talk football, baseball, and some other sports. Or maybe just football and baseball.
Yeah.
Is there really any baseball to talk about?
Well, Al Avila.
Ah, yeah.
You're out of here.
Took long enough.
7 seasons, not one of them a winning season. Oh, boy. Or I think one, and maybe 1 out of the 7, I thought.
Yeah.
Either way.
Something like that.
Dinko.
It's kind of like when new management takes over and they just can't get it together.
No.
Somehow you got to
Hate
get
when
rid of
that
them,
happens, right.
or just walk away from them.
Right.
Sometimes that stuff happens.
Yes.
We did get a winner last night in Wednesday Night Trivia. We'll announce the winner of the $50 gift certificate from Murphy's Family Auto.
All right.
All right, so
Interesting question.
And some great guesses.
Interesting
too.
answers, yeah.
Yes. The question was, in a recent survey, most men said this is one of the last things they would want to do on a first date. And some of the answers pretty interesting. We'll get to that.
The last thing. I mean, there's things you prefer not to do. This is the last thing.
Yeah. I mean, and not the last thing you do on a date.
No.
You know, not the end of the night or whatever, but the last thing you would want to do.
This is what you hope does not happen.
Yeah. Now, some guys would say, I can do that and do it well.
Most guys are like,
on a first date.
Oh,
Well, maybe if the date's going bad, you might want to do this to end it. We'll get to that in just a little bit.
Okay.
2 Cent History coming up today, and we're really looking forward to Melon Fest weekend.
Yes.
In downtown Howell.
We plan to make a splash, if you will.
Well, the splash party continues
That's true.
in one way, shape,
That's
or form.
true.
So we can't give you details, but that we can tell
we'll
you that.
be out and about.
Yes.
We'll say that, and keep your eyes open.
We'll
for
be
us.
all over the road.
Yeah.
Like this show.
Like this show.
First, though, a check of local news brought to you by Cooper and Binkley Jewelers in downtown Brighton.
All right, here's what's going on. State officials have served multiple violation notices to the Wixom Company responsible for a chemical release that threatened the Huron River system. The Michigan Department of Environment, Great Lakes and Energy, or EGLE, issued violations to Tri-Bar Manufacturing related to issues involving the unauthorized release of a plating solution containing hexavalent chromium that happened the weekend of July 29th. The violations included failing to immediately notify EGLE after discovering the discharge, sending an unauthorized discharge of pollutants to the wastewater treatment facility, and failure to maintain a properly updated pollution incident prevention plan. They also noted that the company's operator overrode alarms 460 times on July 29th. Override. Apparently, Homer Simpson works for Tri-Bar Manufacturing. Anyway, that allowed a large tank containing the toxic chemical to drain into Wixom's wastewater treatment unimpeded, and from there making its way into the Huron River. Tri-Bar says the employee involved is no longer with the company. Meanwhile, about 250 people turned out Wednesday to protest Tri-Bar's release of that toxic chemical, chanting, "Shut them down." The rally at Heavener Canoe Rental in Milford featured House Democratic floor leader Yousef Rabbi, the sponsor of House Bill 4314 that would make polluters pay for releases like the one blamed on Tri-Bar. Representative Rabbi noted that Michigan used to make polluters pay the full cost of cleanups. That was essentially eliminated during the Engler administration. The Michigan Department of Health and Human Services, meanwhile, continues to recommend people and pets avoid contact with the Huron River between North Wixom Road in Oakland County and Kensington Road in Livingston County. And an Oakland County woman still in shock after winning $500,000 playing the Michigan Lottery's hit $500,000 instant game. The lucky 51-year-old player, who chose to remain anonymous, purchased her winning ticket at Spring Valley Party Store on East Highland Road in Highland. She told the Michigan Lottery her friend went into the store and bought the ticket for her, brought it back out to her. She then scratched it off, saw the prize amount, couldn't believe her eyes, went back into the store, confirmed it with the cashier. She then later visited lottery headquarters to claim her prize, and with her winning, she plans to pay bills and vacation. The friend, meanwhile, going, hey,
little something for the effort.
I bought the ticket. And that's what's going on.
So if you and I went through that, we'd split, right?
Oh, yeah. You know, I do take notice of... Yeah, sure. I'll be like, I'll take care of you. Yeah. I just got to go. I'll be in the south of France for a while, but I'll take care of it. Don't worry about that.
Take care of the bike.
I'll take it. Yeah, you run that way. Yeah. But I always try to, just in my delusional state when I buy a lottery ticket.
What would I do?
I always try to take note of who the clerk is, because I feel like if I were to win a big prize, I'd want to come in and...
Even though the clerk had nothing to do with it.
Right, but you just feel like... Exactly. You just feel like it'd be the
you had
right
that
thing
bond
to do.
for a moment.
Right.
You know?
We had that moment of Marge.
Yeah.
You know,
or Shannon.
or whatever.
Thanks.
Whatever your name is. Of course, I always look at the name badge and I'm like, oh, yeah. And 10 minutes later, I'm like, I don't know.
I didn't win.
And I don't win anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Cars News brought to you by Cooper and Binkley Jewelers in downtown Brighton, Brighton's preeminent jewelry store with a commitment to customer service, community involvement, honesty, professionalism, and exquisite merchandise. Mark and Barb Binkley pride themselves on offering something special for everyone and recognize customer satisfaction is the sole purpose of their business. And what's really cool about their website and Facebook page is that they show couples that have gotten engaged and tell the stories. And one of the latest ones about a couple that took a grandmother's 40th anniversary ring and turned it into an engagement ring. Just some great stories and great pictures too. That's what they're all about.
Did the grandmother know about this?
I think
I'm assuming.
I'm not sure if it was a 40th anniversary.
I'm assuming. Yes.
I didn't get that deep into the story.
Right.
But you can find it on Facebook.
That is very. You're right. It's very cool how they tell those stories, and there's some interesting, family stories.
Exactly. So Cooper and Binkley Jewelers online at cooperandbinkleyjewelers.com, and of course on Main Street in downtown Brighton. Second year in a row of winning
WDIV's Best of.
Best.
And we're looking for
Mike and John.
Our first win. There is a podcast category.
I didn't know that.
So we weren't nominated this year.
Next year.
Yeah. We need to get nominated.
You should nominate us.
Someone do
and I'll
that.
Second that nomination. All right, coming up in just a little bit, we'll talk to Rich Perlberg, the Less You Know with Rich we do on Thursdays. And for last night's Wednesday night trivia, since we didn't get a winner on Tuesday night.
Right, carried it over
for the $50 gift certificate from Murphy's Family Auto. In a recent survey, most men, not all, said this was one of the last things that they would want to do on a first date. One of the last things.
So you think about, look, over the years when you were in the dating scene, you had good dates and you had bad dates.
Yeah. So on those typical, you go to the movies is kind of a typical thing. When you don't have to carry a whole lot of conversation during the movie. If you do,
not really conversationalist. Yeah.
Of course, dinner.
Yo.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
Did I do that?
The popcorn. Smooth, King, smooth.
Wiping the popcorn grease from the butter off on her shoulder.
That's right.
All right. Make a second date was one of the guesses. Talking about your ex. Last thing you want to do.
No. Right.
Well, let's look at it from the receptee of that. If you're on the date and she's talking about her ex, it's like, all right, how's this going to go? Jeff says go to the gym.
Right.
Go shopping. Last thing the guy wants to do, Amanda says, is pay for dinner.
Yeah. Well, cheap guys, apparently. Katie says, attend a lecture. It sounds to me like Katie has a story to tell about a date that didn't go very well.
Sharon said talk.
Yeah. Well, that's like a
last thing you want to do is talk.
Yeah. Oh, God. You know what? Be quiet.
Bob said, and I guess this would be, when you think about it, it wouldn't be the first thing that came to mind, but Bob said the last thing you want to do on a date is fart.
Right.
It's true.
Right. I mean, no one, if you want to do that, then maybe dating isn't for you. Okay.
Well, it happens. And you're like, she knows it's me.
Well,
he knows it's her.
Has that ever happened to you?
Not that I remember.
I don't recall that I've been on a date and let one rip.
Well,
so when I look into your eyes, anyway,
whoops, did I do that?
Now, sometimes you get those.
Let's not go into descriptive.
Sometimes you get those little pooters.
Look, if it's just the two of you, everybody
that's
knows
what I'm saying. You didn't mean to, and you're like, uh-oh.
Hey, why don't we walk over here?
You're like, let me open the door 7 or 8 times. Just clean the hair.
All right, grow up a little bit.
Come on.
Jeez. Thanks a lot, Bob, for bringing that up.
Yeah, really, Bob.
And Ginny says poop. Yeah, I'll be back in a few.
That's right. Yeah, if he leaves the table at dinner and has a newspaper rolled up under his I'll be back in about, I don't know, half hour.
A newspaper, what were we dating
I know.
in 1955?
So sorry.
Tina says sex. No, I don't think that's the last thing.
Mona
Laura
says meet the parents.
Well, on a first date?
Yeah, that's
that'd
like,
be kind of rough.
We're moving a little fast here.
Yeah. Laura says karaoke. Yeah.
How many drinks are involved?
Yeah, I'm not really a big fan of.
Joanna says paint and pour. You know, those paint and pour things.
Well,
I don't know. It's an interesting answer. I think there might have been a specific story that Joanna wants to
probably to share. Let's see.
The guy's drinking the paint and pouring the liquor. I
don't know. Anything else come to mind that go to a sporting event might not be the.
Anne says go to church.
For a first date?
Seems, if you're very religious, I suppose.
Maybe met in a church group. Hey, I'll meet you at Mass.
Right. Hey.
Let's see how much you put in the basket.
If Mass is your pickup list, how you doing?
Thinking dirty thoughts in church.
See you're passing around the plate.
JR says make a commitment on the first date. Well,
right.
Might be a little.
Talk about marriage or kids.
Yeah, that's kind of
not
the first date.
What do you think we should name our kids?
Diane says make a second date. I guess that depends on how the first date goes.
Right. I guess it could be awkward. Because it should be more spontaneous.
Sure. Like at the end of the night.
Let me get you into my calender. Let me check into this.
I've got 2025 open. The correct answer, and I believe the first to get it was Tanya, was dance.
Yeah.
Most guys say the last thing they want to do in the first date is dance because they're not confident in their dancing abilities.
No.
They're no Patrick Swayze or John Travolta.
Unless you have that natural ability.
Unless you're like John King can throw down a great break
hell
dance.
Yeah, I can. You should see it. I can do the rerun dance.
For those
I can't even do that.
Remember rerun.
But all right, so congratulations to Tanya.
Tanya Zirkles.
All right, great job.
Our winner this morning. Okay, so we're going to talk sports with Rich Perlberg. That's correct?
That is correct, sir. That is correct, sir.
I was buying us time to dial the number. And listen, if Rich doesn't answer, I'll hang up and try again.
It seems to be the way it works.
He may be trading players as we speak. Who would be a good new GM?
Out that way.
Who do you think would be a good GM? Trammell, Whitaker? Maybe they should.
I could see Trammell as a GM, maybe, but I don't know. I don't really know that. I like Trammell, so I don't really
remember
know
the season that he coached.
Hi, this is Rich.
All right, here we go.
It's not Rich.
Here we go once again.
You got to do the double dial.
Yeah.
We'll just call him Double Dial Perlberg.
Double Dial Perlberg. That doesn't really.
It doesn't really roll off.
It
the
doesn't.
Tongue that
Double
well,
Dial Perlberg.
Double dial.
No, it doesn't.
He's a 2-ringer Rich.
Uh-oh. We're gonna make it a 3-ringer.
Oh, I hope not.
Freaking 3-ring circus around here.
Hi, this is Rich. He's pretending he's Jim Rockford.
Okay, this is not good.
No.
We need a better system around here.
Hi, this is Rich.
Who's producing this show?
Al Avila?
Oh.
Good morning, Rich. It's Mike and John. Oh, I got to
put him on speaker. Hold on. Yeah.
There we go.
All right.
I gotta tell you, this was totally user error. The phone rings and I couldn't figure out how to answer it. So, hello, Boomer.
You know,
Okay.
I think we need a younger guy to do this.
I don't know.
Rich can't handle answering the phone.
If you're having trouble with this,
one ringy dingy. All right. How's it going, Rich?
It is wonderful. How you guys doing?
All right. Well, there's been some developments on the Tiger front. I guess we start there with Al Avila getting the good
feel
choice.
so bad. He seems like such a good guy.
Well, good guys finish last, like the
I'm a good guy,
Tigers.
too, and I shouldn't be general manager of the Tigers.
Yeah.
So I guess.
Hey, I could earn half as much as Al Avila and bring in that record too. So
Well,
I
I see that when some guy takes some incredible salary. The guy who used to run Gannett was making $20 million or $39 bucks, and I said, hell, I could run it to the ground for less than that.
absolutely.
So, we were just talking while we were waiting for you to answer. We were talking about Trammell and Whitaker. You know, if we get that great team to run to run the front office. Obviously, Trammell as a manager, that was a disaster. But
Yeah,
as a
well, you're a
GM,
pretty horrible team, but yeah, I gotta tell you, I mean, that's not what you guys are talking about, but I was just surprised how taken I was with the day when they retired Lou's number.
Yeah.
They kept showing all those films.
Right.
Those guys were incredible.
Yeah.
I mean, best double play combination ever, you know.
And do you think that's just we as Tiger fans think that, or do you think
Of a
the
certain
rest of
age, you know,
Yeah,
I mean-
the rest of the major leagues are like who, what, you know?
Well, I think you're aware of your own players, but I think people who knew. I mean, these guys started for 18, 19 years. Who
Yeah,
does that?
yeah.
You know, they were so good you took them for granted.
Kind of, yeah.
Did you see the video that J.K. Simmons did for Whitaker?
That was great. Yeah.
It was.
I did see that.
Yeah, I love him as an actor. He's so great. But then he's from Detroit, obviously, and that voice and just seeing those clips, and that's kind of what we're the nostalgia of seeing that era.
And you see some other clips. You see Lance Parrish or Chet Lemon, and you go,
Right.
oh man, that's what good baseball used to look like.
Remember?
Of course, it was played in the old stadium.
Yeah.
You wreck the stadium, you just wreck the team.
Oh man.
Yeah.
It's just sad to see how bad. I mean, they've only had one winning season under Avila,
Right.
and they've got to rebuild from the rebuild. This team's got no foundation. There's nothing there. I mean, Riley Green's good still, but
Yeah.
everybody's got a player at his quality, a rookie. You look at their starting lineup, and almost every day they've got half their lineup hitting 200 or worse.
Right.
Outside of Cabrera, I don't know many of the names. Maybe Haas,
But,
something like that. But
you know,
I don't really know a lot of the players anymore.
If you don't have a huge checkbook, I mean, and we're talking a big, and not that the Illiches are not without money, but you have to have a ridiculous amount of money to try and build a club that way, unless you're going to go the long route and build a club from the ground up. And, you got to have someone that has that ability to build a club from the ground up.
Well, my theory on it here is they got nothing. I mean, why would you be playing guys who are hitting 180 if you had anybody who could take their place? But they got nobody in the background who can take their place. This is the best they got. And they spent a lot of money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I certainly am not an expert on how to put together a team, but I guess that's something me and Illich got in common.
Hey-o! All right, so the Lions
Speaking of Detroit,
transitioning.
Yeah, from one bad team to another. It's the new Strohs logo.
Except the Lions are now on have a national TV audience.
Well, the Hard Knocks is a great title for this series, which HBO has been doing for quite a while. But I haven't seen it, just a few of the clips because I don't have HBO. But
yeah, same here. But did you see the clip of Aiden Hutchinson doing Billie Jean?
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, everyone's seen
I
that
thought
one.
that was classy.
Yeah.
So good.
I mean, it'll.
And the players had to wait till halfway through the song because, I mean, just we'll talk about how old some people are, like me. They didn't know the words of the song.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. That just dates us. That's all.
Pretty much.
That song was popular back when the Tigers were good.
You know what? I've got this really bad habit of
Not answering your phone?
low fruit. And I sit there and I like to say that if you look up the term buzzkill, in a dictionary, you find my picture there because I like to tell the Democrats they have no chance in Livingston County, and I like to tell Lions fans that they're just foolish for their loyalty to the Lions. But seriously, I don't understand it. What this has been
Our lifetime.
65 years.
Oh, is that all?
Since they won a title, and then during that time they've had
Right.
one playoff victory.
I always like to put it this way. Dwight Eisenhower was the president the last time the Lions won a championship.
One of these days.
You know?
That's the motto. One of these days, we're gonna get
I
there.
had a friend, a good, who I finally had to quit teasing her about the Lions because it got not to be fun, but she had season tickets, and I asked her, I said, why are you doing this? She says, I'm so afraid that if I give them up, then they'll get good.
That's I think the feeling of a lot of people. Maybe if everybody gave them up, they'd become good.
Yeah, she finally gave them up, and she hasn't regretted it.
Yeah.
but no, I'm afraid that maybe I'm getting soft in my old age. I'm kind of buying in a little bit to Dan Campbell. He's got his team behind him, you know.
It's easy to be pessimistic. I mean, when they first hired Campbell, you're like, you Rube, you have no idea what you're stepping into. Way too enthusiastic, way too positive.
He
and you're
played
like,
for him, so
I know.
he's been there, so maybe he has a...
But I agree.
Yeah.
It's kind of growing up. Now, it's got to be matched with success on the field. I mean, that's the
Exactly.
thing.
Exactly.
But he's growing on me. I do like the guy.
I used to play a game with my boys that say, let's wait till we get that picture of a Lions coach on the sideline where he has that expression on his face where he goes, oh my God, this is never going to get any better. And even coaches had that.
Yeah. I think the funniest one to watch with that was Marinelli. He'd be like, I don't know anymore.
You think about how the Lions coaches have been. They had the one coach who in the middle, before the season started, in the middle of a preseason practice, he just gets upset, jumps on his motorcycle.
Oh,
Yeah,
Morningway. That was Marty Morningway.
Morningway.
I remember that. Yeah. And I'm like, really? And then he hadn't even it was like preseason in his first season, and you're like, really, dude?
Well, see, that's temper control. You're
Right.
like, I can't control myself. If I'm around these guys, I'm going to throw a conniption.
But
so I better get on my
the
motorcycle.
thing
and get out of
about
here.
the thing about Morningway, and I remember when he did that, it was almost a stunt. I thought it was kind of like, oh, I'm going to show these guys that I mean business, and it came off really bad. It just came off like, okay, later, dude. This is the guy that took the wind. If we remember that fine moment.
It was kind of like a kid running away from home.
I think Mike just hit it. I think Mike just hit this nail on the head. That moment with Morningway was kind of like a kid running away from home.
Yeah, I'm leaving. Well, I guess I got to come back.
I'm going to run away. And your parents go, okay, here's a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. See you later.
Well, I ran away from home once, but I was such a rule follower. I didn't get very far.
Right.
I knew I wasn't allowed to cross the street.
Yeah.
Now, did you put the stick over your shoulder with the little with the bandana around? Okay. Oh, okay.
None of us were.
No.
Well, you remember Bobby? I think it was Bobby Ross. He won a national title in college.
Right.
Yeah.
He quit the Lions in the middle of the season.
Right.
He said, I'm done.
You know, that's the thing. Through the years, they've had some great coaches. I mean, coaches that should have, at least on paper, have done something and it seemed to be building. I mean, I just think that Jim Caldwell, that is the one where you just go, you idiots.
Yes.
Caldwell was building something,
Like,
and they were moving in the right direction. You go, nope, I'm going to get my own guy.
They're like, no, we're not winning enough.
Yeah.
Get out of here so we can lose some more.
We got some more losing to do. You're like, okay, good job.
The thing that worries me about the hype about Campbell is back when I can't remember the general manager's name was, but he came in from New England, and all the excitement there was, they're going to do it the Patriot way.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. The guy that brought in the bearded guy.
He brought in Matt Patricia.
Matt Patricia.
Right. I don't remember. He was the coach, but yeah.
The problem with Detroit Lions is that their sports writers didn't dress well enough. He did that. He started balling around in the middle of a press conference.
Right.
You guys aren't even sitting up, and you're wearing sweatshirts.
Okay.
Patricia did that?
Welcome to Detroit, buddy.
Patricia, the guy who looked like Yukon Cornelius in the Rudolph special? Had the pencil behind his ear? You know,
Right.
what's up with that?
Oh, man.
All right.
You know, but we're talking about it because tomorrow night, I'm sure everybody's got on their calendar, the Lions preseason
Yeah.
kicks off.
Yeah.
We got it on the calendar.
We need
We're still in June.
Our calendar still isn't. That's true.
I always thought that the most meaningless thing in the world was to be watching the second quarter of a professional basketball game in November. I mean, how useless is that? But I think preseason football comes pretty close.
It's just to get you in the spirit of things and make the cuts, right? That's pretty much it. But
yeah, I guess it's better than a boredom of practice, I suppose.
Yeah.
But,
Or it's an excuse to go to your man cave and drink.
yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, the Lions are in a good spot. They got people excited about them, even though they only won 3 games, and nobody's expectations are too high. They go, oh wow, what if they win 6 or 7 games this year? Wow. People excited.
Yeah. You're right. I mean, that's right where the Lions want to be. No expectations. So whatever we do, you're going to be like, oh, wow. Because you're right. 6 or 7 wins is horrible. That's abysmal. It's a failure. In the NFL, that's joke. That's garbage. And yet for the Lions, they'll be like, yeah! You know, you're like,
what's amazing about the Lions being so historically bad, not year after year, but decade after decade, is the NFL is totally built for parity. Everybody's pretty good. You get to about 3/4 of the way through the season, and everybody's just about near 500. By the end of the season, they're all 7 or 8 or 9 wins, except for the 2 or 3 teams that are really good. And the Lions are always bad.
right. They're the 2 or 3 teams that are like, yikes.
I think we have permanent residency in the bottom of the division, don't we?
I always thought, I mean, and Ted Lasso kind of brought it back to mind that the NFL, if they really want to be competitive and make it interesting, they should go for relegation.
Right.
The teams that stink should be pushed and have to play a bunch of games in Canton during the year and not be allowed to play on TV.
I honestly, that's an interesting idea, but, you know, we won't see that happen. But I agree. The Lions, if any team would get relegated, it'd be the Lions. So.
But, you know, it's the Tim Robinson, you guys used to have him on, and he used to have a sweatshirt that had the Lions record from one year when they won undefeated in preseason.
Right, yeah.
That was the year they went 0-16.
Exactly.
In regular season. So,
absolutely.
Winning when it counts. That's
4-0 in the preseason.
0-16
for the season.
Well, here's a bit of really nerdling like trivia. But back in the 60s, the Lions were actually pretty competitive. It was when the Packers had
Bart
coached
Starr.
by Vince Lombardi. And the Lions kept finishing second. And the NFL, because they were seeing a little bit of competition in the AFL then, started something ridiculous called the Consolation Bowl. And the 2 second-place teams would play each other.
Right.
And the Lions set the record for playing in the most Consolation Bowls.
Excellent. But, hell, we would love to play in the Constellation Bowl now. Oh, my God, please.
By that much.
Well, not to be the player, but it's you would have to, you know, if you take a multiple choice test or a true false test, you got to be pretty good to get them all wrong, because you got to, it's you know, odds are you're going to get some of them right. You got to be good to get, almost as good to get them all wrong as you do to get them all right.
Right.
The Lions, there's something unique that they can be this bad. I mean, Cincinnati Bengals make it to the Super Bowl. Tampa Bay has won the Super Bowl. And the Lions still plod along it. Oh, my God. Remember that year they went 7-9?
Ooh, remember that year. Good time.
Party time.
Low-hanging fruit. I've irritated a lot of people by taking cheap shots at the Lions, but oh my God, it's like a pinata.
How can you not?
Yeah.
You have to. All right. I'll tell you what. We were going to talk about the Wolverines, but why don't we save that for next week, and we'll do a college football thing. We'll do Wolverines and Spartans and everything else. Yeah.
Well, yeah. Thank goodness for them. I mean, if you're a football fan, Michigan State gives you something pretty exciting.
That's true. We got that. So we'll do a college football thing next Thursday.
Sounds like a plan.
All right.
All right. Thanks, Rich.
All right. Take care,
All right,
guys.
you too. All right. Yeah, the less you know, and you know what? We know less than we did before this all started.
We knew about everything we needed to know about the Lions. They suck. End
You know
of
what?
story.
I want to go back to our answers. I think we may have somebody who was before
What? I already...
Tanya.
No, we don't.
We gotta double check this.
No,
You were
I've already notified Tanya that she won.
Well, Tanya said I think somebody else got it before me, so that
Oh, Tanya herself has noticed
yeah,
this.
she said that.
Okay.
But we'll have to double check. our winner.
What did you do?
Maybe we give them 25 apiece.
Scandal! It is scandal on the Mike and John podcast.
I did not see. What am I the guy at church of hitting the buzzer?
Yeah.
So the answer was dance, and it looks like Suzanne got it too. But then we have to double check because it's your first guess.
Right, it's the first one.
Guess.
Oh, okay.
In case you double guess.
Did she guess?
I don't know. We'll get the judges on this, and we'll have an answer on tomorrow's podcast.
What's happening here?
My competence level has
what is
lived
happening?
up to its reputation. I want to thank our friends at Firehouse Stores who have been serving Livingston County for the past 24 years. Family-owned and operated business, striving to treat each customer like family. Firehouse Doors is a veteran-owned business. Mike Witt, a proud U.S. Air Force veteran. Firehouse Doors, your one-stop shop for residential, commercial, and rolling steel overhead door needs. For the past 21 years, Firehouse Doors has been Livingston County's only authorized CHI overhead doors dealer. Firehouse Doors, 810-599-7480. So let's double check these now. We've got Pamela who said dance.
See,
wow, we've got a couple of winners here.
I don't see this now.
So sometimes on Facebook, even if
you have to set it for all comments.
Right.
Number one, do you have it on? You have it on newest. Right. Okay.
And
good.
then I went from newest, and then that way you go down to the bottom and scroll up.
Right.
That is what I've learned on this. So
you're tuning in to two. Well, a boomer.
Yeah.
And a Gen Xer.
But see, all right, that's a different Pamela.
I'm the cool one. Gen Xer here. Boomer over here.
You're the cool one. Sorry. Yes, you are.
And okay. So maybe we should do this at some other time, not so? During the podcast
I don't know. This
itself.
It's Pamela. I think 10 hours ago got danced, so maybe she was the winner.
And when did Tanya?
I don't know.
Tanya's answer was, you say it was Suzanne was 10 hours ago.
Yes. Tanya's was 11 hours ago.
So
hers would have been.
Tanya wins.
That's
11 hours in. That's before 10.
It is, but see, when you look at these, some of them, I think.
No. Tanya's the winner.
All right. See, we did.
I said Tanya is the winner.
You know what? You're the cool one. We'll take that.
Thank you. Once again, Gen X has to save the day.
She got it by a couple seconds. It was 10 hours and 59 to just 10 hours.
Here's the thing: if you look at the rules, the winner is whoever we say it is.
That's right.
So
we can just pick a winner.
We've decided it's Tanya, but it actually is Tanya. Though.
All right.
I'm thinking that that's correct.
All right, as long as you're thinking that.
Airing our dirty laundry in public here.
Well, at least we do our laundry.
Well, that's true.
Some people don't.
No, we've worked with them.
So congratulations to our winner. They get that $50 gift certificate from Murphy's Family Auto. Yeah. And by the way, Murphy's is hiring office help, porter service, and advisor type position. Pays based on your skill level and experience. Call today, 517-552-3040 for the details, or you can apply in person.
Right. They are open Saturdays 8 to 1 if you need a car repair, in addition to their Monday through Friday hours. And, of course, if you tell them Mike and John sent you, you save 5% off your bill.
All right.
Murphy'sFamilyAuto.com.
This has been an exhausting show already. Well, but we still have the 2-cent history lesson.
All right,
to take
thank
care
God.
We need to learn a little something today.
All right.
The answer to trivia was dance.
By the way.
National Raspberry Tart Day. Raspberry Tart Day.
That's okay.
It's Presidential Joke Day because, all the presidents we've had, they can take a joke.
Well, some better than others.
Some don't
and really, most of them not really. But anyway.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
Who do you think had the best sense of humor as a president?
I want to tell you, more recent, probably George W. Bush. I want to say, as somebody who could take a joke, and many jokes flew his way. Now, all of them. Obama, he could somewhat do it too. But I thought George W. Bush was probably best to...
Yeah, he could.
Sometimes
he probably didn't get it.
In the more, see, right there.
See? But that's the thing. When you look at, let's say,
now
I don't know.
I'm talking about taking a joke versus being naturally funny. Like I think Obama was probably more naturally funny. Yeah. But as far as being able to take a joke,
that's what
where someone's zinging you, right. and you just kind of take it and go,
that
was
a
okay,
good one.
All right, good one, or you even better yet, like a good comedian. If you get heckled, the great comedians take the heckle and flip the script and heckle the heckler.
Ooh, the heckler.
Yeah. Look, when that guy threw those sandals at Bush in Iraq, remember that?
Yeah.
And Bush was like, whew, whew. I was like,
That's pretty good.
Bravo, sir. Some damn good reflexes.
But
you have to ask yourself, why is this guy throwing sandals at me? But that's a different story.
So you got the guy that can take a joke. Then you have some of the presidents that probably didn't get the joke.
Well, there's that.
Or they're like, you can't joke about me, I'm the president.
Right. And then there's the thin-skinned ones.
That's what I mean. You can't joke about me because I'm the president and I'm a billionaire.
Yeah, maybe their skin's orange. There'll be no joking.
No.
Yeah.
Right. All right then.
Okay.
All right, presidential joke day. 1866.
Maybe that raid was a joke. Ha! Just kidding. We're not kidding.
1866 on this date. The first roller rink opened in Newport, Rhode Island. 1866.
Wow, they were really rocking it out then, huh?
Yeah, I wonder what kind of tunes were playing while they were doing
Yeah. That arcade really sucked.
it. Maybe they had skee ball. I don't know.
Probably, you're right. They could have.
Penny.
I don't know when they,
Yeah, I don't know when they put the
I'm not
arcades
sure,
in the
yeah.
roller rink
Right.
for the kids who couldn't skate.
That was me. See how cool I am?
Sure are. Alcatraz received its first federal prisoners on this date in 1934. San Francisco Bay, Alcatraz. In 1951, the first baseball game to be televised in color broadcast. You see the color of that.
In
They
living
were
color.
spitting.
Yeah.
They're chewing tobacco.
Well, look at the tobacco.
Ooh,
I can see the
that's-
brown in that
is
juice.
really brown,
That's really
yeah.
good. Yes,
Before it looked black.
amazing technology.
1972, the last American troops were withdrawn from Vietnam on this day.
Well, combat troops.
Yeah.
There were still troops there.
1999, the band Kiss arrived on Hollywood Boulevard to unveil their star on the Walk of Fame. The band at that time had released over 30 albums and sold over 80 million records worldwide.
Not too shabby.
And that was in 99.
Yeah. And they've sold at least 10 albums since then.
You think so? And a Monopoly game. And,
Right.
and
Forget
cassettes.
albums. It's the merchandising that those guys are
We got to get
rich at.
those guys in charge of our merch. Which,
You're
by
right.
the way,
Hey.
if you would like merchandise just in time for fall, order now so you get that sweatshirt for when it cools down, a hoodie, zip or non-zip,
That's true.
V-neck if you like. Go to mikeandjohnpodcast.com, click on the merch link, and you'll see everything.
Oh, yeah, you will.
You know, like one of our tumblers that'll keep your beverage hot and or cold.
Which neither of us is using today.
I don't have it.
You looked at mine, I'm like, nope. Okay.
Or
You want to know
or
why?
nice
Because I
big-
used it yesterday, and it's
wash.
sitting in the sink, ready to be
Hasn't
washed.
been washed
Got
yet.
to wash that thing.
So you get that, or coffee mug, whatever. Stickers,
Right.
Mike and John merch at Mike and John Podcast.
Or Mike and John Mink Stole.
We got a lovey stole, do we?
Well, maybe not.
It's faux mink.
Yeah, it's fun.
We wouldn't want to
never-
hurt any
no,
animals.
That's cruel.
And finally, 2006, the Transportation Security Administration, the TSA, banned all liquids, gels, and aerosols from passenger cabins on airlines one day after a thwarted terrorist attack.
And now it's like 3 ounces. They
it's
eventually
little.
settled on, right, you can take 3 ounces of any liquid.
Yeah. So don't bring the big jug of.
Right, and when you go through a TSA line now, you can usually in the garbage can you see because
Well,
people don't
there's
pay
the shampoo.
attention. Right,
Yeah.
and
Oh, that
there's-
was my expensive shampoo.
oh, that's my Pantene,
Too bad.
or whatever. So,
So that's your 2-cent history lesson for today.
oh wow, okay. It's quite a.
Did we mention something big is coming this weekend?
Well, it's Melonfest weekend
It
in
is.
Howell.
There'll
Of course,
be big melons.
Melon. Yeah.
Melon ice cream, too.
Right, of course.
I thought we were
Oh,
ice
dang
cream
it!
today.
All right, tomorrow. Tomorrow is Friday. It's the last day of the week before the Melon Fest.
All right, well, ice
we're
cream.
going to have melon ice cream here on the show, which I'm sure you're excited. Oh, I'm getting to see
Ooh.
2 white guys eat melon ice cream.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Melon Fest parade this weekend, 10 to noon in downtown Howell.
I think
Coming back. I think it's going to be a pretty big deal.
It should be
Looking
pretty big.
forward to that. And then Melon Fest all weekend long in downtown Howell. That's going to be a lot of fun. And
Are there any shows that are going on that could generate some controversy this year?
what do you mean? Oh, no.
Melon
I
Fest?
think
Okay, just check.
they've put it through the
Just checking.
controversial filter.
I mean, they're not having dancing
No,
nuns
I
or
think-
anything like that.
No, I don't think
You know,
this-
anything
No,
real.
they've kind of gone out of their way to just
Yes, let's just keep this quiet.
But
Be
yeah,
nice and family
although
friendly.
yeah, I don't know. So, but if any drag queens are planning to come downtown, let us know. So
they got that. I think
yeah.
Milford Memories is going on this
that's
weekend
true.
too in Milford.
That's always
a
fun.
great time too.
So lots to do this weekend, but we're going to say we're going to be out and about this
Yes,
weekend
we are.
at the in the Howell area. Yeah. Just keep your eyes open.
We'll be hovering.
Yeah.
Well, not hovering.
Well, no, I know
that's
that.
a lot. We can't fly.
We'll be around.
All right.
We'll be up and down.
That's our show for today.
Okay, I think that's enough. All right, I don't have the theme loaded.
One of us is that cool guy's really on the ball today.
Idiot. Stupid Gen Xers. They can't do anything. Think they own the world. They can't even get the song going. Yeah.
Let's get that song going one of these days.
We'll just wait for my stupid laptop.
Wait for it. Wait.
It's worth the wait, by the way.
Oh, it is.
Our good friend
I like our song.
Susan, aka Cougar, helping to create this wonderful song.
If we could get our song in the back of an Alphabets box on a little
Oh,
45.
45 that no one could play.
But still, it would be cool, wouldn't it? For us on a Wheaties box.
You've been giggling with Mike and John. Tune in next time and giggle on.
We just want to let you know, giggling is legal.
So far.
Yeah.
I mean,
you can giggle in public if you want.
I mean,
you should.
Just have a little discretion. Okay. All right, we're post show.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah. It's about time. All right. What do you got?
I got a headache right now.
Yeah. Well.
What do I got?
I don't know.
I don't really have anything.
You know
so
what?
I think, you know what? We shouldn't have a post show.
If we can't bring it,
Then
we're
we
not
don't
going to
have
do
it.
it.
That's right.
All right.
No post
This
show
has been
today.
your post show. Enjoy.